Hi everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. And a bunch of you have taken me up on that, and we have almost 500 subscribers. We might hit 500 today. It's amazing. Thank you so much for the support. It's happened really fast all of a sudden. So again, thank you. But let's get to today's General Hospital recap. So much to talk about. I could probably scream incoherently for the next 10 minutes, but let's actually use the words since that's what you're here for. So at Elizabeth's house, Lucky is there, and Lucky tells her everything about his kidnapping, and Elizabeth wants to get Aiden real fast to see Lucky, and I'm like, oh my god, he's here to tell you something really important, but I guess it's better if Aiden's here to hear the news. But Lucky doesn't tell her the news about Jake in front of Aiden. Instead, Aiden mentions Jake to Lucky, and Lucky's really confused for a few seconds, but it turns out Jake is Mommy's special friend. So then Elizabeth tells Lucky that Jocelyn is cancer-free and goes, can you believe it's been 5 years? Meanwhile, Lucky is trying to tell her the most important information of her life, and she will just not let him. And he tells her he doesn't think Jake saved Jocelyn, and she gets upset because she says it's the only way she's been able to cope with his loss, knowing he saved another child's life. And then he tells her that Jake is alive, and I'm like, oh my goodness. At first, she doesn't, she's in disbelief, I can't even imagine what she's thinking, to be quite honest with you. He tells her Helena took Jake from the hospital. And then Lucky tells Elizabeth that he saw him, that he was on Cassadine Island looking for him, and there he was. And he also tells her that Jake is here. So then Luke brings Jake in, and again, okay, I'm not a huge Elizabeth fan. I know a lot of us aren't right now because of the current situation, but how could you not be loving this reunion? It's really touching. I'm so happy for her. Maybe she'll want to be a better person now, or think she's on equal ground with Sam now that she has her child with Jason back. See, now I'm just being cynical, but who knows, this might help the Jason reveal happen. So then Luke tells her that he's been on Cassadine Island all this time and how brave he is, and the whole thing's just really cute and adorable. And then Jake's personality, I know he's been a little stone cold, as one would say, but his personality is really starting to shine through. And Lucky takes her outside for a second. She tells him she feels like this is a dream. She feels like this is all a dream, that she's gonna wake up any second. And it's she's readjusting to life with Jake. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. So then Elizabeth thanks Luke for bringing Jake back, and he said, you should thank Lucky, and you guys, she says you should thank Lucky, and she's like, well, can I thank both of you? And Luke says it was worth whatever it took to see you two together again, and I'm thinking he doesn't mean her and Jake. So Luke and Elizabeth talk, and he says one thing he's learned is not to question happiness, not to doubt it or cut it short by how long it's going to last. Again, not a huge plot point, but something that really resonated with me, so I figured I'd share it with you. And then Luke leaves so the three of them can have time together, and he wants to clear things up with Tracy also. And then Luke was going to leave peacefully because Lucky walks him out, but now he turns back around and he really wants to push the issue of Lucky and Elizabeth getting back together because he loves seeing them together, apparently. So Lucky says that the darkness Luke has inside of him is inside of him as well, and he doesn't know where it comes from. He says all he wants to do is be here with his kids, but he can't stop running, and he's afraid he's going to pass it on to his kids. And Luke tells Lucky that he's not him. He isn't Tim Spencer. He talks him up, and he tells Lucky that if he feels like there's a demon following him, he already started the fight and he needs to finish facing it. So then Luke tells him to be honest with himself and to do anything he can to slay the dragon and to believe in himself. And then Luke tells him if the battle gets bloody and he gets weary, then he'll be there for him. And Elizabeth invites Lucky to stay for dinner, and he says he has to talk to Laura, and she wants him to check in. So then Lucky tells Elizabeth that this isn't goodbye, and I hope not. I really, really miss him. And then Elizabeth and little Jake are playing with his toy cars, and Jake picks up the motorcycle, and then Big Jake walks in. Now, that's at the end of the episode. We're going to talk about Big Jake a little more, and that obviously happened during the episode. This is at the end. So now, at the police station, Valerie tells Jordan that Dante called the whole thing off, and also tells Jordan that there was never an affair. And Jordan asks Valerie if she's going to keep it a secret like Dante asked of her. And Jordan tells her, woman to woman, she sympathizes with her, but as her boss, she needs her to deal with her own drama on her own time. And then Jordan offers to take Valerie out for a drink, And Valerie says no, she just needs to kind of sit with this. And I'm like, that's not good. That's never good. Not feeling it's going to be good. At Dante and Lulu's house, Lulu tells Dante she knows all about him and Valerie, and he starts apologizing, but he better let her talk first before he says too much. So Dante asks Lulu if she can forgive him, and she says it depends if it was only just one kiss. So now it becomes clear to him that she only knows about the kiss, and I'm like, will he confess? Will he keep it a secret? He confesses to the kiss, and she blames herself for it happening because she lied, and she focuses all of her hate on Valerie. And I'm smiling right now, like I know I shouldn't be, but I am. And Dante tells her not to blame Valerie because he had misjudged the whole situation, and Valerie had put a stop to it. Yeah, originally she did, but then not quite so much. So then, according to him, that's all that happened, and he wants to know if they can move past it, and he wants to forget the whole thing ever happened. She says they can move past it. They exchange I love you. She's obviously still bothered, but she's going to make an effort. So then Dante calls Valerie, tells her Lulu knows they kiss, and she assures him their secret is safe with them. But I'm not buying it for a second. So now, during the rest of the episode, Jake stops by the Quartermaines and Monica opens the door. Turns out Michael's on a date and he's not at home, so Jake's like, you know what, my fault, I didn't call, I'm gonna leave. And Monica's like, no, stay. So Monica brings them both snacks, and Jake says he was looking at the picture of AJ and Jason, and how he's heard a lot about Jason, and he asked to hear about Jason Quartermaine, and it means the world to Monica because he's only heard about Jason Morgan. Well, Monica kind of brings that up, but then Jake says that he'd love to hear about Jason Quartermaine. So she tells him about Alan's affair, and that Jason and the fact that her and Alan were able to stay together. And then she tells him how one night when Jason was one, she had to take care of him begrudgingly, and when he got sick, and from that moment on she knew he was her son right then and there. And she tells him Jason could have been anything until he got into AJ's car, and that was the last time she saw Jason Quartermaine. Really sad. I can't imagine, like, watching during that time and, like, seeing all this. Like, I've only heard about it, but I can't imagine. If anyone was watching during that time, comment. Let me know how you felt after the car accident. Did you think Jason Morgan would only last for a few months or a few years? Could you have foreseen what it all turned into? So, was anyone else yelling at the TV while Jake and Monica were talking about Jason? And Jake is like, from what I've heard, Jason is a good man before and after the accident. And I'm just sitting here screaming, you're Jason! Monica, he's right there! He's right there! And yeah, I know they can't hear me, but that's never stopped me before. So then he decides that Michael probably isn't coming home, so he's gonna leave. And Monica tells him he doesn't have to rush out, but he's like, no, I don't want to keep any more of your time. And he shows himself out. And then Luke barges his way into the Quartermaine mansion and asks Monica where Tracy is. At the hospital, Sam comes to visit Patrick at the hospital. Patrick tells Sam Hayden's vitals are going up, but, like, they're going up and down. So, like, she could come out of it. It's not a guarantee, but she could. You know, it's iffy. So then Patrick questions Hayden's integrity if she does come out of it. Like, did she have something really legit to tell Jake? And Sam tells Patrick that she ran into Valerie, and Valerie told her Nicholas and Hayden had somewhat of a past. Ooh, the plot thickens. At Windermere, Nicholas is going through his safe and pulls out Hayden's license, and then he remembers that he and Sam's conversation, and I think he's thinking about the fact that Sam was in his house with Jake, and I think he's suspicious of how those two things coincide. So then Laura comes to visit him, and Laura tells him all about Jake and how Jake is alive, and then Laura says it's just a shame that Jason wasn't alive to see him come back. Yeah, what a shame, Laura, what a shame. So then Nicholas is brooding, and Laura tells him that this is happy news, and he says the things she said about Jason not being around is getting to him, and she's like, well, it is what it is. And by the way, my mom hates that phrase. You ever meet my mom, do not say it is what it is. And it seems like he's about to tell her that not all is what it seems when Lucky walks in. So that'll be interesting. And in case you're wondering, General Hospital has decided not to list, like, any of the descriptions in the episodes for the next few days, for the rest of the week. From what I can see, nope, classic Gloria Montessori, like, they're not letting us know. So I can't even cheat and look ahead to the rest of the week, which is what I usually do sometimes. Just saying. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I have my phone here with my notes, so hopefully I wasn't like looking off camera too much. I figure that focuses it more in the camera region. You know, just YouTuber stuff. I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. I hope you have a great day. Oh, and if you could check out our Indiegogo link, it would mean so much to me. We are just about halfway to our goal, and William DeVry supports and has contributed to our campaign. So if you could check that out and share it, even if you can't donate, it would mean so much. And I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. Bye!